Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy is visiting neighbouring Poland to thank the nation for its support since the Russian invasion. He arrived by train at the border town of Przemyśl. Zelenskyy will meet Ukrainian refugees after holding talks with President Andrzej Duda. Many Ukrainians have fled to Poland since the beginning of the war. On day two of their meeting in Brussels, NATO foreign ministers are discussing China's ties with Russia. They're concerned that Beijing is considering supplying arms to Moscow. Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg also wants NATO members to commit to spending at least 2% of national income on defence at a summit later this year. Let's go live now to Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. Al Jazeera's Jonah Hull is there. So Zelenskyy is in Poland. Jonah, an important ally. What are we to make of this visit?
Yeah, President Zelenskyy, as you said, crossed the border early this morning on a visit initiated by the Polish presidency. It was their invitation that he come. He's accompanied by his wife, Olena, which is substantially unusual. They don't always take these trips together. And the couple projecting a sort of image and air of some confidence on this visit to one of Ukraine's closest allies, of course, certainly its geographically closest ally. Poland has been hugely valuable to Ukraine in coalescing international support for Ukraine and in taking in more than 1 million Ukrainian refugees. But it's not just about deepening that alliance. It is also, although neither side explicitly says so, an opportunity to try and paper over still fairly small cracks in the alliance before they're allowed to get any bigger, notably to do with Ukrainian grain imports to the European Union, cheap grain, flooding into the European Union, tariff-free, bringing the price of grain down. It's upsetting farmers in a number of countries. Polish farmers had said they would try to disrupt this visit. That hasn't happened yet. And in point of fact, during the last couple of hours, the Polish agriculture minister resigned while Zelenskyy was there in protest at the European Commission's decision to continue tariff-free access for cheap Ukrainian grain into 2024. So it may not sound like a small issue, but I think an opportunity here to do some diplomacy and make sure these things aren't allowed to interfere with the wider goal of European countries helping Ukraine with the war.
Jonah, as we said, NATO foreign ministers are meeting in Brussels today. Do we expect more offers of military assistance to Ukraine?
Well, they've already come, those offers of military assistance from NATO allies, as you say, in anticipation of what is expected to be a Ukrainian counteroffensive, potentially any day now, thought possibly to take place in the east of this country, trying to dislodge Russian positions around places like Bakhmut. The headline announcement from the United States, a further $2.66 billion worth of military aid, including air surveillance radar systems, anti-tank rockets and fuel trucks, all thought to be needed in advance of that counteroffensive. The Spanish have said their offer of 6 Leopard 2 tanks to join dozens of others pledged by other countries will be on the move towards the second half of this month. And Poland again announced earlier this week that it had already dispatched MiG aircraft, no specific number to that, but had already sent MiG aircraft to Ukraine.
Al Jazeera's Jonah Hull reporting live there from Kyiv. Many thanks indeed, Jonah.